This is the journey to One Africa. God, I thank you for today. I thank you for everybody who is joining here. I thank you for Africa. I thank you for my brother Wode and myself as well, and for everybody who is joining. As we're having this conversation, we just ask for your wisdom, for your guidance, and for your supervision. I pray and I give you thanks. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. My brother Wode, what's up, brother?
My brother, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I know before I even introduce myself in here, let me take this opportunity to welcome each and everyone who is here today, and also apologize for being late. But Maya is always late. You know, I got the time messed up because he said 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, which is, I thought it's 7 o'clock GMT. But it's not 7 o'clock GMT, and I had a quick meeting. So sorry, I'm here. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good conversation. Get your questions ready. Do I have Ethiopians in here? Indeed, not you. Indeed, Nash. Said hello. Are you from Tanzania? Mambo VP. Powasana. Where else? I mean, Somali. Forgot my name.
Is it Assalamu alaikum?
Salam alaikum. No, that's Arabic. But you know, I live in I was in Somaliland, so I picked up some few words. But yeah, I can't. Oh my god. Anyway.
You gotta go back there.
Setahin. Setahin. Do you have Somalis in here? Am I right? Setahin or Setahai? Yep.
Guys, what am I? Is taking over.
Take over, bro. Thank you.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this to you. Etiseng.
Yeah,
my brother.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a little bit of your language. I just learned that Etiseng and Oboro because when I was when I was in South Korea, one of my best friends is Ghanaian, you know.
Okay.
So he taught me a little bit about Etiseng and things like that.
Yeah.
That's
good, man. That's good. It's good that you know a few words. I wish I speak Swahili, bro, but anyway, maybe we'll definitely learn that in future.
Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful, brother. I really want to appreciate you for coming here. First of all, it's very important for me to acknowledge you here publicly, that you influence a lot of people, including myself, for what you're doing. You started this journey a long time ago, and you know, me personally, I've been watching you, and I've done a reaction to your videos. You allowed me to do that. You know, it's very difficult for people to kind of like to allow them to use their content that they spend a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of creativity, and somebody just is coming to do reaction. So it was very generous of you to allow me to do that. But I've been learning, I've been watching, I've been growing. So I want to appreciate you for being a good role model for young Africans and everybody out there, you know.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And this today is, is dream come true. I want to appreciate for that. And the first question that I want to ask you, all right? A lot of us, we know, Wode as, Africa's, YouTube influential YouTuber Africa. That's what most of us we do know. And maybe we know the series of your life, maybe in China, and then you came back to Ghana. But I want to know the Wode before going to China. Like, who is Wode? Where did you go? Where did you study? That Wode.
That's a tough question, and I would say that Wode was not called Wode because I got a name when I went to China. So I was born and raised in a small village in Takoradi, inside the western region of Ghana, which is called Ahinkofi. You know, it's not that famous or popular, but since I was born there, I would say that Ahinkofi to the world. I think right now, a lot of people need to get to know where Wode is from. Yeah, I attended Westridge Primary and junior high school. From there, I went to Bompe Senior High Technical School. After school, I felt like, you know what, I need to step out of Ghana because I kind of like was like, you know what, I cannot achieve whatever I want to achieve in Africa. So I had that mindset too, and I need to step out. And I think it was the best thing I've ever done because it made me discover myself. It made me who I am today. So Wode Maya before was just an annoying boy who did not know anything, but just wanted to travel, live, learn, explore. That's it.
So what was your name before that Wode Maya?
So I'll say my real name is Kobena Akun. Kobena.
Wow.
Kobena Akun. I was born on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, so Kobena means Tuesday.
No, like in Ghana, the day you were born, everybody literally knows the day they were born. So every day that you're born, every day you know the name that you have. So I'm called Kobena because I was born on Tuesday. Yeah.
Copenhagen. And who gave you then this name Wode Maya? Oh, what does it mean, Wode Maya?
So I got the name Wode Maya from China. Nobody gave me the name Wode Maya, but the name that I got from China was Ghana Baby. Yeah. I'll say like when I went to China, people were calling me Ghana Baby, so because they felt like, you know, I was young and stuff, so they started calling me Ghana Baby. But Wode Maya was derived from when I started saying I am Maya. I mean, if you watch my early videos, I keep on saying I am Maya, I am Maya, I am Maya. So you can literally say I am Wode Maya, I am Maya, I am Wode Maya. So if you say I am Maya, it literally means oh my God, because I was based in the northern part of China, and it's more like a dialect. So what I realized was that anytime I say I am Maya or I am Wode Maya, maybe I can even buy stuff for free. You know, anytime that I say Wode Maya, the Chinese people get super excited. So the name Wode Maya, decided to use it when I started my YouTube career. My mom and dad, I mean my dad in particular, didn't like the idea of me becoming a YouTuber, and my mom was literally behind the scenes saying that, oh, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing, and kind of. So Wode Maya in Chinese means my mom. So I decided to celebrate my mom. That's why I changed the name to Wode Maya.
Wow.
So that's a brief.
That's really special. I had no idea. You know what, Wode Maya? I thought that is your name. Like that's like your real name. Wow.
I'm not called Wode Maya, bro. So if you keep calling me Wode Maya, it's like, oh, my mom, my mom. I know your mom now. Yeah.
Man, that's really special. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, they didn't know this. Guys, if you didn't know about this, let us know in the comment section. This is exclusive right here, man. I appreciate that. But I want to know a little bit about, you know, your life in China, right? How many years you lived there, and why did you start a YouTube channel? Like, what was that moment that it was like you discovered that, okay, I think I'm gonna open a new channel and start?
So I lived in China for 6 years. Going to China was just to go and study. So I'm an aeronautical engineer by profession. And so what I did was I was in China. We had 24/7 internet. YouTube was not something that I wanted to do. I mean, it's not part of the whole plan of becoming a YouTuber. I was just there one day, and then my friends came to me and said, you know what? It's a day before Valentine. That's 13th February 2013. 2014, sorry, 2014. And then a friend of mine came and said, oh, you know what, let's go out and shoot something. Remember, like, we had only one person, who was a videographer in our school. Only one person. That time, 2013, 2014, we had only one person who was a videographer. So this guy came and said, oh, let's go shoot something. What are we going to shoot? More like a comedy stuff, So we filmed this video out of having fun. And then since I was the main character, they gave me the video, and I didn't know where to save it. So I created a YouTube channel just to put a video there, not intention of starting a YouTube channel. I was just using it more like an iCloud, because in 2012, 2013, there was nothing like iClouds, you know. So I was just created a YouTube channel just to post the video there. So even the title of the video was not what you see right now. It was more of I wrote my name, Ghana Baby, or maybe my name over there and stuff. So when I did that, I sent the videos to my friends, yeah, and everybody was like, oh, ha, ha, oh, ha, ha, it's funny, yeah. Then I decided to continue. But that's after 3 months or 4 months, that's how I decided to continue. And I saw my first video. That is the video that I think it has over 1.something million official video when I was speaking Chinese to Chinese women. That's actually a real story. So I decided to use the real story for my first YouTube video, and I think people liked it. I actually filmed my first video with a phone, and after that, the guy who filmed the video for us, who knows how to edit, passed on. Can you believe it? He died on campus.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy died. He was a Nigerian. Yeah, may his soul rest in perfect peace. He died. How do we continue? It took me 1 more year again to figure it out. And I want to say this, I've never said it anywhere. Ethiopia means a lot to me. The country Ethiopia, because I think Ethiopia has a lot to play in my life. In terms of my first ever camera to start a YouTube channel was bought by an Ethiopian doctor. He has never seen me before. He has never met me before. He lives in America. He loves what I do, and he's like, I believe in you, so let me get you a camera to do what you want to do. That's why this guy got me my first ever camera, and my first ever camera got me a viral video. Yep.
Wow. That's huge. That's huge, brother. So when did you, as you said, the story how you began, you know, reminded me, back in the days when I started a YouTube. So I was living away from Tanzania, just like you, but heading to South Korea, and I had some videos like we filmed on our graduation, high school graduation, and I knew that, man, I'm gonna lose this video. I need to keep them somewhere that I'll be able to reuse them later. So I opened a YouTube channel and I put them there.
Videos there.
Exactly. For my memory. And that was like 2013, if I'm not mistaken, 2013, when I was going in my personal channel. It's like Mika Chava. So I put it there. And even when I went there, I had a very little phone. It didn't have a lot of GB. So every time I film video, I just put it on YouTube, to save it there. And that's how my, my journey started. So my question that I want to ask to that is that from the starting point, where did you realize that, well, my content now, it has to be about this one, right? Removing all these stereotypes about Africa. Like, when did you have that breakthrough that, okay, this is what I'm gonna focus on? And what made that happen?
For me, it was more like having fun, with because I kind of like, I love talking, so I just wanted to talk and film it. You get me? So I started recording videos on campus, just chasing Chinese women and stuff. And my dad got extremely mad, like, yo, I took you to school to study, not to chase Chinese women. You get me? So when my dad told me that, I would say that my dad never spoke to me for 2 good weeks. He doesn't pick my call. He never calls me for 2 weeks on campus. You know what? So what I did was, after 2 weeks, when my dad spoke to me, all I did was to tell my dad that, you know what, it's not like I really want to do this, but I feel like I enjoy doing it. It's not that I'm not studying. I still got one of the best grades. I actually graduated from school with first class. So I still learn. It's not like I'm doing this to distract me. So what my dad did was, he said, okay, you know what? If you enjoy what you do, then I want you to do this. Because you speak Chinese. Why don't you use your Chinese to educate Chinese people instead of, instead of just being out chasing women and kind of thing. It's kind of useless, So that's when I listened to my father's advice. Like I said, during that time, it's been 2 years along the line, but I had only like 1,000 people following me. And the moment that I started creating content about Africa in China, like trying to change the narrative about Africa in China, trying to change the misconception that Chinese people have for black people, that's my father's concept. When I took that concept, I tried it out. bro, that is when I started seeing results on my YouTube videos. I started seeing so many comments under one video, and I'm like, wow. I mean, people are like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. So I would say that I'm actually the first black guy to start talking about Africa-China relationship, who is still living in China. And that alone, I would say that, you know, it picked up. And I also started sharing experience with Chinese people living in China. So every video that I do had a message of trying to change the way, either change the way Africans think of China or what Chinese people think of Africans. So this is literally what I was doing. So I was just bridging the gap between China and Africa. But at some point, I realized that even staying in China, you're still not welcome. You know, even though you're trying your best to change the way people think about China, but that's not your home. And it was so funny to see more people coming to China and they say that, oh, I came to study in China because of your videos. I came to do business in China because of videos. I started learning Chinese because of your videos. And I'm like, wow, if that is the case, then, you know, if that is the case, then I need to do something.
Yeah.
You understand? And that is when I was like, you know what? It's time to, if China is not my country and I'm impacting people, why not come back home? And that's how I came to Africa in 2018. And bro, I won't lie to you, man. It's one of the best decisions I've ever done in my entire life, you know. I realized that Africans were yearning for something like this, but no one to, wear their shoes. So can you believe that I came to Africa for just 1 month, 2 weeks. I gained 50,000 subscribers.
Wow.
I am telling you. So
in 1 month.
In 1 month.
That's huge.
I went to Ethiopia, from there to Rwanda to Tanzania. Like I went to 5 countries. I ended up in Kenya, and then I went back to Ghana, and then from Ghana to China. When I went to China, everybody was like, you know what? We are not interested in your China content again, bro. No one was watching. They just wanted African content. I told my, that time I was not even dating Trudy that time. We're not, she was not my girlfriend. And I told her, you know what? I don't want to come back to Africa, but you can do this if you want to. There's this lady that I'm going to mention her name, African Tigress. I personally, African Tigress, you can check her YouTube channel out. I personally gave her the concept of traveling and creating content about traveling in Africa because I was not interested in coming back to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, but the concept,
there's more than 100,000 subscribers.
I mean, she's now Auntie Wadamaya, but it's okay. Don't worry.
Wow. For real?
Yeah, but
I'm kidding me, brother.
I'm a very honest guy, you know, very honest guy. Don't worry about it. Maybe somebody can cut this video and send it to her. It's all right. So I personally gave her that concept of trying to show Africa and stuff like that because I don't want to come back to Africa again. But since I started that project, people were like, yo, you know what? Come back. We are not interested. Anytime I upload a video about China, people don't like it anymore. I'm like, you know what? I need to go back home. And that is when I packed my stuffs, left China, and then came back to Africa. And it's been 3 years, and I've never gone back.
Wow. You know, I got to say that I know it must have not been easy. I don't know on your case, but was it an easy decision for you to say that, okay, now I'm moving on, I'm going back home. You know, you already established kind of like life where you were, you were speaking language, people knew you, you had a name, you had a life there. Leaving that behind and coming back to start a new life or to continue with the life here, was it easy decision for you or was it difficult?
Bro, I would say that coming back home was extremely difficult. Extremely. You know, I would say that when I was going to China in the first place, I didn't know anything. I was born in a village, don't know anything about so many stuff. So my life, I would say that I learned everything that I know now in China. Right? With the use of Visa card, MasterCard, you know, even flights, booking of flights, Airbnbs. I mean, fitting in a society, I learned everything in China because, bro, I was born in a place that we only get fried rice. You know fried rice?
Yeah, yeah.
You know fried rice?
Yes.
That's my best meal. So when you meet me, please get me fried rice. Yeah. So
okay.
when you meet, get me fried rice. So more like I couldn't even get fried rice to eat. You get me? So I mean, going to China was an opportunity for me to explore and do whatever I want to do. Yeah. So now I learned everything in China, and I'm trying to come back again to Africa, a place that I know nothing about. I was born here, but I was not exposed. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I was born here, and I was not exposed. So coming back here was extremely expensive, and that's when I'm gonna give a big shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea is a Black American YouTuber who I think helped me fit in sometimes, you know, in terms of booking Airbnbs, flights and stuff. I didn't know how to do all these things. And because in China I used to do everything with WeChat, you know, WeChat payments and stuff. And when I go back here, I had to learn all these things step by step until I fit in in China, in Africa. So I would say that was extremely expensive. Even traveling in Africa for the first time, I didn't have money, bro. So if you know credit card, you know credit card. So I have a Chinese friend who helped me with his own credit card to purchase ticket for me.
Wow.
And you'll feel so sad for me if I tell you that when I told Africans this concept of going back to Africa to promote Africa, I think I did a video asking my friends to send me even $1 if you can help me with $1. You know what they told me? They said this is not a philanthropic work. You're just going to Africa to enjoy it. What do you mean? What do you mean by we need to you know, send you money and stuff? And I told my Chinese friend that, yo, I have a passion for this and I really want to do this, man. You know, this guy took his credit card, bought me all the ticket that I need to travel to all the 5 African countries. And I came back here and I've never been back. And recently I flew him to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, I flew him to Africa to come and check Africa out. So far, I would say that the journey has not been easy. And I've really come a long way. And I know where I'm coming from. And I definitely know where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a reason why I started to ask you these questions, because a lot of people, they are, you know, looking at you and they're like, you know, I wanna be like Wode, you know, I wanna do what he does. I want one day to be a successful, you know, YouTuber and change people's life, but they do not understand the side B of the story and how all these things came to existence to who you are today. And, you know, I'm watching your videos. The videos that you upload, I'm watching constantly, one after another, and because I have a lot to learn. One thing that I realized that struggle, it never ends, like it never stops. So now you're in Africa, you started to visit here and there, you are visiting to the countries and all this stuff, you're facing all these, you know, obstacles. People, they do not understand your vision, or they think like, oh, this guy is just playing. How was that? You know, how was that difficult to you? For example, you're going to a country, you're not welcomed, right? You want to create some content, and but you don't really receive that support that you should be receiving to certain countries, right? What would you say about that?
Bro, I think in life, everything is not that smooth and easy. And it applies to like traveling in Africa. I would say that when I was living in Asia, I had one of the best time in terms of traveling, because I could just carry my passport, go wherever I want to go to. I wish I had more money in Asia that time. I would have explored every Asian country. But in Africa, it's not easy. I mean, knowing the fact that you're even going to promote the country to the world and you still go through that struggle. But I always tell you that know why you started, know why you're doing this. Me, I know what I want to achieve. I know what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I know why I started this whole Africa to the world movement. So nothing will stop me from what? Achieving my goals. You know, like my first time of being in a situation like in terms of being arrested, I was in Kenya when I got arrested. It was a terrible experience because that was my first time traveling, and I've been arrested, bro. I don't know who to call. I don't know what to do. I was just stuck, and I'm like, is that what happens in Africa? There was a time in Uganda where I was deported from Uganda. I went through a lot of stuff to be deported, you know. I mean, they took me to a room and stuff. It was crazy and scary. But all these things that happens to me makes me stronger. You know, I've learned so much on this journey. I have so much stories to tell my kids and even my grandkids. So it's not like, I feel like all those challenges that happens is part of the story. You get me? Because if I didn't pass through all these things, I wouldn't know what it takes to travel within Africa. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not interested in protocols. You know, I'm not interested in protocols, you know, because Africans themselves don't believe that an African can travel within Africa. I've been in a situation where they check my bank, they want to check my bank account to find out if I have money in my bank account to travel. Can you believe it? We've traveled to a country in Africa where during the immigration, they will put all of us, like me and my crew, they will tell us to wait. And they will check everybody in because you guys don't look like people who can afford to travel in Africa. See, there's so many discriminations, and I believe that if I did not pass through all these things, I wouldn't know what it takes to travel in Africa as an African, so that I'll be able to share my stories to others. I did a story in Mozambique where the immigration officer did not allow me to enter the country. You know why? He did not allow me to enter the country, and then he told me that, you know what, because you are from he thinks I'm from Nigeria, even though I'm West African. I'm from Ghana, but he thought I was from Nigeria, and he's like, I'm not going to allow you to enter. He did not allow me to enter, bro. We had to go and use another border because another immigration officer came to tell me that you qualify to enter this country. Everything is all right with you, but this guy has a problem with Nigerians, so he's not going to allow you to enter. So what you're going to do is like, there's another border which is 2 hours away from here. Just go there, use it, and then you enter the country. Can you believe that I went there 10 minutes later, I got the visa to enter the country? When I shared that story, a lot of people attacked me that, oh, I'm making their country look bad. Nigerians are attacking me. I'm making Nigeria look bad. Why did I have to mention Nigeria? Mozambicans were telling me that, oh, you didn't check the visa requirement before you entered our country. I'm making our country look bad. See, anytime you try to share your story about what happens to you in Africa, people think that you're tarnishing the image of their country. But recently, I saw a Twitter post that went viral about a woman who was denied entry into Mozambique, and people were tagging me. Is that what Wode went through? Is it people are now getting it? Because traveling in Africa is not something that a lot of people want to like, oh, I want to travel in Africa. I want to travel in Africa. It was not a thing, man. Right? It wasn't a thing. But when we started this whole movement of young Africans traveling within Africa, I've seen a lot of African YouTubers traveling within Africa, sharing the beauty of the continent, which is incredible. Like, I want to see more people traveling within Africa, especially Africans. So when we see all these things that are happening and that we share it, believe us, we are there. Right? So for me, I don't think all these challenges will stop me from, traveling or exploring another African country. All it teaches us is that it teaches us what it takes like to be an African to travel within Africa. That's it.
You know, I gotta admit that the work and the job that you're doing, I think it opened eyes to a lot of Africans within Africa. Like, for instance, me right now, I'm in Ethiopia, right? I'm on a tour, right? And even other Africans who are outside of Africa, diaspora, like Africans who never been to Africa. I've seen some of your videos whereby people decided to move back to Africa because of the stories that you've been sharing, you know, in different countries. That's the impact that you make. And for me personally, I don't see you as a YouTuber. I see you as a I don't know how I can name it. I don't know how I can name it, because the work, the influence, and what it does to the culture and to the continent, it's huge. And a lot of politicians, what they do sometimes, if I can compare to that, you know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I can even start the movement to be like, hey, I think you guys, you need to give Wode free pass to all African countries. You can go anywhere, because we all know the work you're doing, what you do to represent the continent, something that has never been done, you know, before. So I really hope that, you know, our countries, you know, will, and our people, you know, will wake up and will know that what we are trying to fight for is to remind people that, you know, Africa is one, right? And so we should be able to move here and there within Africa instead of moving to other countries. Then there we have a lot of things in Africa. You've shown video that even myself, I want to visit Namibia. You have made a video about Namibia, and that country is beautiful. It's beautiful, like the same thing that people are going to Dubai to watch. You can see it in Namibia. Even me myself, I didn't know that, and that's just the influence and the impact you have over the continent. And I don't know. I hope they're watching and listening.
I think this is what we need to encourage. We need to encourage more intra-Africa travels. And it's beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's so beautiful knowing that, I mean, people watch my videos and travel, or I watch another African YouTuber and I want to visit a particular country. I mean, this is what we should encourage. I'm not discouraging anybody not to travel. This is a new thing that has come to stay for Africans to travel within Africa. I think Uhuru Kenyatta said these borders were created by Europeans to benefit themselves. But if these political leaders knows this truth, then why are they still keeping the borders?
That's the good question. Yeah.
You know, I watch Uhuru Kenyatta say this, and I'm like, so they know it. So what are they doing? And I've been talking about borderless Africa, borderless Africa, borderless Africa all the time, but they're not listening. They know it themselves. You know, I'm not saying break down the borders. I'm not saying that you should allow people to come to your country, but you see, it's beautiful to know that Africans can travel Africa freely without needing to apply for visas that has to take 2 months, 1 month, and even some of them want to charge $250 just to go to an African country, which is ridiculous. You know, so I mean, one thing that I respect Ethiopia, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. I'm not saying that he has paid me to say whatever I'm saying. I stand to be corrected, but he is a real Pan-Africanist. You know, when you talk about Pan-Africanist is someone who believes in ideologies of Pan-Africanism. Yeah, when he came to power, maybe some of you don't know what that guy has done. When the guy came to power, you know, before, if you're an African coming from other African countries going to Ethiopia, you have to apply for visa in your country. Now it's visa on arrival for every African. So you don't need to stress yourself getting visa from your country. As soon as you get to Ethiopia, you get the stamp and you enter. What does this do? This brings a lot of what? Tourists into your country. Tourists. Secondly, if you go to the Unity, have you been to the Unity Park? You know,
not yet.
Yeah, you should check it out. So the Unity Park used to be a presidential palace. Haile Selassie used to live there. When this guy came to power, he decided to what? Convert part of the park into what? A Unity Park. And if you go inside the Unity Park, you can see the symbol of the Unity Park is an African, what do you call it? This, what do you call this? The fist. Yeah. You see, so these are the things that encourage tourism, knowing that you're an African going to another African country, you're accepted. Rwanda has something like that. For all Africans, it's visa on arrival. Burundi just did it. Visa on arrival for everyone coming into the country. This is what we need as Africans. That's it.
Exactly. Wow, that's well said. And on that spirit, I also want you to talk about, I've seen where you're wearing a t-shirt written tribeless as well. You know, tribalism is something that it's killing Africa. It's killing Africa, and is actually we are going backward instead of going forward. You know, a lot of people have been killed in so many countries because of that, just believing that, you know, my tribe is better than yours, you know, I deserve better than yours. It's kind of spirit that is killing Africa inside out. You know, what would you say about that as well?
You know, I think the last time I posted a picture of Tribalism Africa on Instagram, on Twitter, and people were attacking me saying that a tribe is our identity. It is our identity, but we shouldn't fight because of the tribe that we have. You know, if you go to Kenya, it's even tough to see a Kikuyu marrying a Luo because of what? Tribalism. You see, whatever is happening in Ethiopia right now, it's based on tribalism. You see, so tribalism has cost Africans a lot of, you know, harm that they don't even know. See, I don't care what tribe are you from. I don't care what tribe you belong to. When I see you, I see your skin as your passport. Listen, let's talk about this. You lived in Korea. I lived in China. As soon as you get to China, or as soon as you get to Korea, you are what?
You're
How
African.
do they call you? You're an African.
Yeah.
Even Black Americans or Jamaicans, Caribbeans, as soon as you get to such places, they don't care whether you're from America or you're from Caribbean, they call you an African. So this skin color of yours is your passport. So this is what I keep on telling Africans. Let's just forget about it. I'm not saying forget where you're coming from, but don't use your tribe as a form of how do you call it? Like more of what you believe in. Okay, that's my tribe, and I don't want to mingle with a different tribe. So we should eradicate that mindset and see another brother as a human or as an African before even your tribe comes in, because tribe is costing Africans a lot, and they don't even know. They don't know. See, I went to Namibia, and then I was talking about the Himba tribe, and so many people were like, "Don't go, don't go." I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, witchcraft, they'll kill you." Jeez. You see, colonization actually did a lot of harm. Did a lot of harm to Africans. So we kept on hating ourselves and stuff. You see, even when you come to Africa right now, people vote based on their tribe. In Ghana, we vote based on our tribe. And I know, like in Kenya, people vote based on their tribe. But how do you find the right people in the right position? We don't have it. I think I tweeted 2 days ago that it's time, if Ghana wants to move forward, it's time to appoint the right people in the right position at the right time. Right now, people appoint you based on your political affiliation. People appoint you based on your tribe. People don't appoint you based on what you know and what you can do.
What you can do,
this is costing Africa a lot of harm. So if you are here, please, you know what? All you need to do is like, let's work together as Africans. Let's see each other as an African, not I'm Kikuyu. Keep your Kikuyu to yourself. Over everything. I mean, sometimes I don't even want to tell people I'm Ghanaian or I'm that. That's why I'm married from Kenya, bro. People don't understand me. I'm a guy who I want to, whatever I say, I do it. I don't just talk on the internet like, oh, for you to love me or for you to like me. I'm not interested. I chose a wife from Kenya from day one that I met the girl. And people are like, oh, they will not last for long. Like, you don't even know what you're saying. You don't even know.
I really want to know. That's another question I wanted to ask you. I want to know how did you meet Miss Trudy, and how long did it get for you guys to, start dating? By the way, congratulations for your proposal. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. So once again, Ethiopia plays a major role in my life, because I told you earlier, I met my girlfriend in Ethiopia, and you see, I'm a Pan-Africanist, bro, but they said I'm a fake one, the fake one, not the real one, by the way, not the real one. I'm the fake Pan-Africanist, So more of I met my girlfriend in Ethiopia, and then we started dating in I think Nigeria. Like that's
Wow.
official dating. It started from Nigeria, and then I proposed to her in Tanzania.
Ah, come on now, my brother. At the mountain Kilimanjaro, my brother. Tanzania is playing a big role for you.
Probably the marriage will be in another African country. That's how it is.
Oh, my brother, man. I'm waiting so bad to see that video, because I know you haven't released that video yet.
No. Not yet.
But yeah, you are for real, my brother. You are for real. That's it's like you are living truth of what you say, because we always have to be careful to do what we say, right? And we have a lot of people who just say things without doing it, but you are showing a good example by doing what you say. And Wode Maya, I'll tell you the truth, my brother. You have more than 1 million subscribers, and this year basically gonna hit 2 million subscribers plus. That is like it's like a country, man. 1 million people, it's no joke. Like 1 million people who subscribe and say that we're watching everything you post, we do this, man. It's no joke. That just shows like what you have built for so long, and that you can say something and it can impact the entire continent. Because Wode Maya said it.
That is a goal, bro. That is a goal. I always tell people that I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here to make money. If I want to make money, I would have converted this whole YouTube channel into a business, because I mean, so many businesses come to me, but I know money is good, but that is not the main focus in here. The main focus is to make an impact. If I tell you that, based on my generosity, some things that I do for people without even talking about money, I wanted an office. I'm telling you this. I wanted an office, a place to do my YouTube videos. And can you believe that somebody gave me a mansion for 1 year? It's not it's not a house. It's not a house. Somebody gave me a mansion for me to convert the mansion into my office for 1 year.
That's God, my brother. That's God, man.
You get me? So it's not like what people, it's not about what people are saying. I know I have a clean heart. I know that whatever I do it straight from the heart. For me, integrity is everything. And I know that I believe in God, and I know like God has always been with me, and I don't even take that for granted. I don't take this for granted. So it's more of God blessing, and then we're just gonna keep praying and keep doing what we do, and that's it.
Maya, I really want you to, a lot of time, like people, they see the the joyful side of you, right? And you're a very honest guy, to be honest, because as I always watch your video, you'll mention exactly what has happened, right? You'll be criticized, but people, they'll always talk about things, but it's a time for us to be honest, because you have a lot of people who are looking after you, following you, and if you're not honest with them, then you're leading them astray. But for you, you have been honest in so many cases, but I want to know, there are times that you get tired, all right, of what you're doing, like, and you feel like, man, I mean, this again, man, I would rather just stop and doing that. If you wouldn't mind to share that moment and what it was, and how did you come back from that? I think it will encourage a lot of people who are watching here and who are about to give up because of something, and maybe they even walked away.
That's a very good question. I think nobody has ever asked me, but I would say that, I mean, it's tough. People think that when you travel, it's all about having fun. But it's a lot of work. Imagine you go to a place, you see how beautiful the place is, and then all you have to do is to just create content and then get out. And don't forget that traveling is more of it's a work on its own. Jumping from one plane to another, you get so exhausted. You don't want to do it anymore. You just want to, I mean, be off camera, mind your own business, sleep, and just just enjoy yourself a bit. But then if I'm in that mood, I will step out of my room and I will meet someone on the street, and the person will tell me that, you know what, you changed my life.
Wow.
Because of you, I'm here. See, I want to tell you something. I went to Ethiopia. I was sleeping in Kiriftu Resort in the one at Entoto Park.
Oh yeah.
When I went to Ethiopia, I was more like my down moment, because I was coming from Congo. There was a lot of stress in Congo. A lot of things went wrong. I mean, I was on my down moment, but I had to go to Ethiopia for that festival. So I went for it. Even though I was in my down moment, I had to create content. So I woke up in the morning, just outside, thinking that, you know what, I'm tired of just being in front of the camera. Then this Ethiopian guy came to me and said, "Is that Wode Maya?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Wode Maya." It's like, you have no idea. I'm in Ethiopia because of you.
Wow.
I came back to my country just to invest, just because of you. If I should tell people that I met Wode Maya today, they won't believe it, because this boy, I've been watching you every single day just because I want to move. But I didn't know how to move to Africa until I started watching your videos. And the people that I met, the testimonies that they were giving inspired him to leave Canada and come back to Ethiopia. You know what? He said, "You know what? I just came to this resort to sleep. All you need, please, I have $100. Take it and have breakfast with it." Bro, don't forget that day I was in my worst moment. I don't even want to come out. I don't want to do anything. But I heard that message from the guy. I mean, the money he gave me.
You jump out of there, man.
The money he gave me, I mean, brought back that energy, that drive, you know, to go out and keep doing what I do. So this is what I always tell people, For me, it's going to be so hard for me to give up on what I do, or it's going to be so hard for me to stop what I do, because the impact is on the ground. Like, you get me? It's not just on the internet. I love Wode Maya. No. I meet people every day. Like today, I stepped out to go and eat. I met so many people telling me that, "Yo, I watch your videos. You are here because of me. You are here. I'm here because of you." And they are doing incredible stuff. I just signed a deal to be a brand ambassador for something. I'm not going to announce it in here, but
congratulations, my brother.
Thank you. To be a brand ambassador for a big company in Ghana. And then this guy has been on my channel for 3 years.
Wow.
3 years.
He's been observing.
He's been here for 3 years, and he felt like, you know what, I need to bring this guy on board. And this is what I'm telling you. If I hear such messages, you think I'm gonna stop? No.
No, you can't. You can't, man. You can't.
Africa to the world is here to stay, and I want to encourage all the African YouTubers, both the one who love and appreciate Wode Maya and the ones that don't like Wode Maya. It's okay. I love you all, but let's all come together as one. I have nothing against each and every one of you. Some of you say that I hate you guys. I don't. I just don't. I just want you all to come together. Let's promote Africa. I'm gonna tell you this. We actually organizing first ever African YouTube conference. So content creators, and it's happening in Ethiopia. Ethiopian Airline is part of it. I was supposed to do it last year, but I couldn't do it. But it's definitely coming on this year. So I'm gonna give you all the details so that every African YouTuber would definitely fly into Ethiopia for the conference. So I would love to see each and every one of you. Please surprise me, even if you don't like me. Surprise me. Come on. I want to invite. I want to invite you all, because I've got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, bro.
Yeah, you know what am I first of all, I didn't know that there's something like that coming up, because one of the things that I wanted to talk to you right now, it was about that I think it's the time for I've spoken this with I've done conversation with Tunacheki. I've spoken with him about that. I've done a conversation with one girl, and I've mentioned something about that. And today, I wanted to ask you on the spot, because I wanted first to share with you on WhatsApp, but it didn't happen. So I wanted to share with you here, tell you, to literally say that, man, we have a lot of YouTubers in Africa, and these are people who influence Africans, right? Africans within and outside the Africa. There should be something that can bring us all together, maybe to have even association of ourselves as YouTubers, to connect our people, because we want to have as you say, tribalist Africa, borderless Africa, the one Africa that, I'll go to Ethiopia, I'll come to Ghana, and I'll feel at home, right? I'm not gonna be segregate because of my language, or because you're from the East, but we have a big potential for us as YouTubers to actually unite our people, because these are people who are following us, right? To unite them. If me and you were united, you and Tonacheki and all these people were united, then our people also, would love to see that. And that's why even today, I mean, we are having this conversation, because people, they kept asking and asking and asking again. So that's a great idea, man. It's a great idea.
It's something that I actually wanted to do when I hit 1 million, but a lot of things happened last year. That's why we couldn't do that. But I'm just gonna say that it's gonna be awesome knowing that all African content creators, I mean, coming together one place, one common goal, Africa to the world. I think I posted recently that African YouTubers need to diversify their content in terms of agriculture, tech. I mean, some of you are thinking about, oh, people are not gonna watch. No, we need to empower our people. We need to inspire our people. I mean, I know that the comedy channels has been in the game for so long, because when I came to Africa, it was just comedy. You understand? And then I brought Africa to the world, traveling from one African country just to promote and go, right? And now you see that so many of us are traveling. So start something. It's a great idea. We need to empower people in terms of finance, business development, tech, science, all aspects. So I'm throwing this challenge to any African YouTuber listening to us right now, or even if you're not a YouTuber, come up with something. Come up with something different. Come up with something new, something that will empower Africans, because we need to show people how to make money. We need to show people how to invest in agriculture. We need to show how to, do so many stuff that will bring money to you. You get me? So you could be a doctor. Come on YouTube and share your health tips. We have some kind of mindset about YouTube that, oh, YouTube is for school dropout, or you didn't go to school and become a it's about what you know, your hobby. And then come and share it, and then when you share it, then you get paid. So this is how it is. And I'm so happy to see something different, something new this year, and I'll be happy to link up with all African YouTubers in Addis Ababa this year.
That's amazing. And by the way, it's a great location to meet up.
We're gonna have our own AU meeting.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking, brother. Call me in. I'm gonna come back here. I gotta be there, my brother. I gotta be there.
We're gonna have our own AU meeting. Yeah.
But there's another thing that I really want to know. And guys, prepare those questions. Just to remind you guys, I'm gonna open up the room very soon for you guys to share your questions that you have for Wode Maya. So keep those questions prepared, and I'm gonna allow you guys very soon. Wode Maya, how do you manage to stay humble? And I'm asking you this from the bottom of my heart, right? I will see you going to different countries. People, they know you across the continent of Africa and outside the Africa. I'll see you just walking around the street, right? Meeting, common mwananchi, talking to them, do ordinary things, normal things. You started to do that a long time ago. Right now you have 1 million subscribers. You still do the same thing. How do you manage to keep yourself, your pride check, and just to be humble, knowing that you're the first YouTuber in Ghana to get 1 million subscribers, right? You're the first YouTuber to start doing those kind of content in Africa, right? And you achieve so many things, but how do you stay the way you are?
I feel like I don't know if that is called humble. I don't know, but I learned from my dad. and my dad is more like my mentor, because I lived with my dad, where my dad would go out, you know, my dad would go out and then come back home without his shoes, and then he'll be walking barefooted, and then he comes home and you ask him, Dad, where are your shoes? He said, I don't need shoes. The guy on the street needed shoes, so I pull out my shoes and I gave it to him. So I don't think I was born with it. I don't think I'm learning to be humble, or I just want to be humble. I feel like it's within me. It's within the family. You see, even one
was
thing
your
about
dad a pastor?
My dad was a pastor. Yeah, I'm a pastor's son, bro.
Oh, come on, man! I knew it. I knew it.
I'm a pastor's son, bro.
Brother.
Wow, I'm a pastor's son, and it's natural, man. I feel like even in our family, it was so hard for us to talk about money.
Yeah.
If you don't have money, we're okay. You get me? Because there was a time. Let me share this story.
Yeah.
There's a time my dad, we didn't have money for electricity. You know, electricity. So one complete year, we lived in darkness for 1 year. So then we wake up and ask my dad, like, what's going on? You know, I mean, why? You know, it's like, you know, have faith. It's a have faith. I'm like, dude, we don't have lights in our room, and you say we should have faith, man. And he kept on telling us that, and we didn't know how. You know, how we're gonna like manage to get things done. But my father kept on telling us that have faith and trust in God. And I'm like, yeah. And you know, he was also a farmer, so we kept on doing that until we finally saw light after 1 year. And when lights came, he said, "Oh, I'm so glad that you all had faith." I'm so glad that you all had faith. So it's not like I just want to be humble or anything like that. I know where I'm coming from. I know where I've been. Like, I think recently Trudy asked me something like I should give her money for something. And I'm like, I don't have, but have faith, man. I don't have it, but have faith. It's like, I don't have the money, but you better have faith. You know, you can ask Trudy. So anytime Trudy asks me like, oh, should we get this thing done? It's like, don't say have faith. Let's go and get it done. I just tell you like have faith and stuff. So I'm more like I learned those things from my dad, and I got used to it, and I live my life with it. And I think it has really helped me. I learned so much lessons from my dad, and you know how the internet can talk about what am I has done this. I'll be quiet. You know, I'll be quiet because my dad, when things started getting better in our house. You know, in Africa, people said, "Oh, he went for juju." You know juju, like juju, right? So it's like, oh, juju in West Africa, juju is like black magic. You know, so when things started picking up from my house, you know, things were getting better. People started saying that my daddy has taken up juju and stuff, black magic. So we became like a talk of the village for like 1 year, 2 years, where even my own friends don't want to talk to me because they think that the juju that my father has, the juju will affect them too. You get me? So people were just talking, and the same people that were talking, my dad was taking their kids to school. You know, if you come to my house in my village, you see so many kids there. You might think they are my siblings, or no. These are kids that my dad was taking to school, taking care of them. So when he passed on, I had to like take over, and then like making sure that all these kids go back to school again and stuff like that. So you know, I've been through all these things. I've seen how my dad was quiet about how people and talking about him and stuff, and I know it's my turn now, and I just look at it as if I've not even seen it, you know. So I learned from the best, you know. And I think it has been my greatest lessons in life. And I want to tell each and everyone in here, I know some of you don't believe in God. It's okay not to believe in God, but based on what I've experienced, what I've been through with my dad, there's nothing that somebody in here can tell me that God does not exist. You know, my dad loved one song. I'm talking about my dad today, sorry, My dad loved one song that when things becomes tough, tough in the house. I'm not coming from a rich background, bro. Like, tough in the house. My dad would sing only one song. We have an anchor that keeps their soul steadfast and sure while they're below roll, fast into the rock which cannot move, grand and firm and deep in the Savior's arm. So we know it. Yeah, it's not like somebody came to tell me. I saw how things were so tough for dad, and dad was singing the song, and things start picking up. It shows how God can come true for his own people. And then I know when I started doing these videos, people are like, there's no God. I'm like, you can't tell me there's no God based on what I have seen. You get me? So I'm just gonna tell you that whatever you're doing, you can work so hard, but you have to trust God. Because he is the anchor, man. That can hold you firmly on your ground.
He's always there. He's always there.
That's it. Somebody said, "What am I? Don't try to sing."
Hey, leave What Am I alone.
By the way, I love this stream though. I feel like I feel like this is one of the streams that I've been able to like express myself. I mean, have a general conversation about myself and my past and stuff. And that
means a lot, my brother.
Very good questions, bro.
That means a lot. And again, I'm really sorry for your loss. Because I cannot imagine what you've been through because of the loss of your dad.
Bro,
and you reminded
it's been tough. If I should share some of the tough stories with you, some of you won't even believe it.
Please go ahead.
It's been tough, bro. Like I think, let me just share a bit.
All right.
When my dad passed on in 2017, and in 2017 I came back to Ghana in February, and I went back to China in March, and my dad passed on in April. So whenever you come back home as an African, you spend so much money, spending so much money in the house with your friends and stuff. So going back alone, you don't have anything. Bro, my dad passed on. That time I made $100 on YouTube. 2017 I made $100, and my account was in my dad's name. So my dad passed on. 2 days before he passed on, he sent me my $100.
Oh man,
that's it. That 2 days before he passed on, he sent me my $100. Bro, if you've been to, in any country, living in the capital city is the toughest thing to do. And living in a capital city with $100, then your dad passed on, you don't have work, you just want to go to school and then finish, and then all this thing happened. So it's been 2017 to 2021, $100, bro. It came to a time that the camera that somebody bought for me, I had to sell it. I sold my YouTube camera, Canon 700D. I sold my YouTube camera just to come for the funeral of my dad, just to buy tickets. You get me? So I don't know. Like, I keep on telling people, like, you don't know me, you don't know my story, you don't know the journey. That's why I keep on telling people that I have an anchor that keeps the soul. Like the song that my dad loved so much. Anytime that I sing it, I feel like, indeed, there's an anchor that keeps the soul. And that anchor has kept my soul and has been protecting me till now.
And he sounded like he was a great man, man. He was a great man,
definitely. One day I'll tell the world about my dad,
you know, you know, some of the stories that you share with me, I was laughing so hard because, you know, pastors, they have something in common. As I told you, my dad is a pastor too, and one thing that he would always do is, you know, when I was growing up, right, going to school, I would go to ask for shoes, new shoes in the Christmas, or asking for school fees, and then my dad, he'll ask me, "Did you pray?" "No, I did." "All right, go and pray. God will provide." He has money in the pocket. but he will tell me to go to pray first. So I need to go to pray, and then he will be listening at the door if you're praying. And then when you come back to ask for money, he will give it to you and say, "Oh, this is what God has provided." Exactly. So I was raised believing that I can only get money if I pray. I can only get good grades if I pray. And so that's how the life was. And looking back, man, you see that when you are young, you don't really understand. But when you grow up and you become a man, you see that, man, my life right now, like my dad gave me a foundation that I'm living on right now. Yeah. He's living right now with me because everything that he has given it to me, it's happening right now. So, brother, I know nothing can change, you know, that loss, but you know, I just want to encourage you, man, that, you know, you're doing an amazing job, and
thank you.
You know, the God of your dad is still with you, an uncle. I love that. Yeah. And keep changing the world, because you know, one of the things that I realize is that, you know, even when you look in the Old Testament, like when God was calling the father, usually that anointing, it went on to their kids. And their kids, they did a bigger things than their dad. You can take a look at David and Solomon. So the way that God called your dad and everything that is done, you can actually see yourself, the resembling of what your dad was doing in this capacity, and now you're doing in a huge capacity, because that calling, man, it never runs away. I might be a doctor, or you might be an influencer like what you do, but you still doing what you know was already, you know, in your dad's calling, man. Keep it up, brother. And I want to ask everybody here, 544 people who are watching, that, man, it's really a time for me. I always ask people, it's a time to pray for our people, to pray for each other. You know, you might not believe in God, as you know what Maya says, but you know, we all pray at some point when things are hard. Even when you don't believe in God, you're like, "Oh my God, oh God, help me." You don't even believe in him, but we mentioned that. And I think it's a time to pray for, you know, for our people, the people that we look up to, because when I look at you, Wode Maya, I'm telling you, maybe you're not saying everything, but there might be a lot of trials, a lot of, you know, obstacles that you're facing every single day, because what you do, man, it's not just changing mentality, but also you're fighting with the, you know, spirits that has undermined us for so long. And that, man, devil is not happy and people are not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like you have enemies from all sides, and what we can do is to pray for protection for our own people, you know. True. All right,
man.
I wanna have a moment to allow a few questions that you guys have for Wode Maya. I know he has had a very long day, but I'd love to take a few questions from.
It's all right.
All right. Okay. I was not looking at the comment. I saw that more than 700 and something comments, guys. So, for any questions you have to our brother here, please drop down in the comment section. I watch a lot of your interviews, so today I wanted to just ask you some of the questions that maybe they have never been asked before, and to make it a little bit personal, to get to know my brother here. And you know, by the way, my brother Wode Maya, I will say this publicly. I'll say this publicly to you. I want to be your friend, man. I want to be in your friend list. Can I be your friend, brother? I know I'm your African brother, but I want to be your friend. You know, I want to be able to call you sometimes and to be like, brother, I need advice for this and this and this. What do you have for me? I want to be your friend, my brother.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. I mean, you're definitely a friend, bro. I mean, I've been responding to your messages and comment for so long. It's just that I don't really have like time to check Instagram and stuff, but don't worry, I'll give you my personal number after this call, and then we're gonna take it from there.
That's my brother. Appreciate, brother. Appreciate, man. That's
you.
huge. That's huge for me. That's huge for me. All right. Somebody's asking here, and this is, I call him the brain. We're working together here. He say, ask him about One Africa in our generation. This is what we are standing for here in Swahili Nation, our network, One Africa. And yeah, what do you think about that? Because one of the things that I've mentioned recently, I said this, just to give you a context of this question, I said this, I see One Africa in our generation. And the One Africa I see is not the paper One Africa, like the one that we are trying to push through African Union, but I see One Africa of people, us Africans coming together, understand, breaking all these barriers of borders and tribalism and religions, and coming together. Like Wode right now with me, we're having this conversation. We're bringing also our people together, right? I see like One Africa in that sense. I think that is the foundation of this question. What do you think about that, and what do you see?
I'll say that One Africa is happening right now, and not in the sense of having One Africa on paper, just like the after that they've been saying that. I don't even see what is happening with the after. But you are in Ethiopia right now, but you're not from Ethiopia. You're from Tanzania. That's I believe that's a borderless Africa. You see, talking about One Africa, based on my traveling in Africa, I feel like Africa can never be one when it comes to languages. Africa can never be one when it comes to like they say if you want to break the borders, let's all come together as one. It will never happen. But what will happen is to see Africans trade among themselves. You know, your power is your economy. Your money is your economy. Can we start trading among ourselves? That is our power. You get me? So what I'm trying to say is that we need to start supporting ourselves as Africans. People from Kenya need to start buying from Tanzanians, you know, because we are ready. The youths are ready. I mean, the only thing that I want to see is that we don't talk like the way we keep on talking and nothing happens. Because how many of you don't know what is the problem of Africa when you were born? I mean, all my life, I knew the problems of Africa. But what are we doing as the youth of Africa to solve the problem of Africa? It's not always about coming and talking and talking. I hate people who talk on the internet. When you talk, we want to see actions. When you see a problem, we want to see somebody who's ready to solve it. So it's time for young Africans to, start investing in different African countries. That is One Africa for me. I don't know if you understand what is going on right now, because I interviewed a man in the Gambia a man in Nigeria, but he is from the Gambia, he built one of the biggest estates in Nigeria, and he is what? He is Gambian. That's borderless Africa. You are from Tanzania, you know me in Ghana. The One Africa that we've been looking for, that is what is happening right now. But we just don't have leaders to implement it. But believe me, the time will come. You and I, who are the future of the continent, will make that One Africa possible by, breaking down all these borders that is hindering Africans from traveling within Africa. And trust me, we'll trade among ourselves, and we'll build the biggest economy in the entire world.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. When is the wedding?
Very soon. Wait for it. It's actually a private wedding. You will just see the video online. It's a private wedding.
Wow. You know, since right now I became your friend, I hope in that private wedding I'll be there as a friend. That's why I was bringing you to, my brother.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry, you'll be invited. You'll be invited. You will be invited.
All right. Someone is asking, when is he going to visit Eritrea?
I tried, just like what I said, the visa issues. Because of that, I couldn't get a visa to enter Eritrea. I think I was on my way to Somali. I wanted to visit Eritrea, but it wasn't possible. I think it was closed that time. But yeah, I'll just give it a try one more time.
Yeah. All right. How is your situation right now, Wode Maya? Is everything going positive?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm the happiest guy on earth right now. Getting good content. Also, I mean, trying to diversify a little bit on the content that I create. The business aspect is going well. Love life is going well. Everything is going well. So, yeah, it's positive.
Oh, man, I envy you. How does Wode Maya stay motivated?
Impact that I make in the society. Impact that I make in the society motivates me to do more. And I believe that has been my major source of motivation. I mean, seeing people saying that I'm going to Kenya because of you, that's my motivation, bro. Yeah.
Someone here is asking, I said, okay, Wode Maya, Kigali missed you. When will you come back?
Very soon. Very soon. Very soon. I might buy a house in Kigali.
Wow. That's huge. That's huge, brother. Maya, please share us funny moments during YouTube work.
I filmed a video, and then we went back home and I realized that there was no sound. And
is that funny or that's miserable? Huh?
It's fun. You can cry, but at the end of the day, you laugh at it.
So did you put it up?
No, we had to go back again.
Wow.
Bro, there's so many things that happens, man. There's so many things that happens, and it's crazy, man. I think another funny thing that happened, man, I didn't even funny moment. I don't think it's funny moment. I think in Sierra Leone, where we're trying to take shots of people at the beach, and this girl just came and then said, "Don't take a photo of me." She just grabbed the camera and hit it on the floor.
Oh man,
that's not funny though. But now I say it and I laugh. Yeah, but those days, that time was not funny. It was not funny, man. Yeah.
Somebody says, okay, Wode Maya, as a traveler, tell us your top 5 African countries for traveling. I know you had situation related, both visa in some countries. Top 5.
Oh, that's a tough question, man. Every country in Africa you can travel to, but I would say that my top 5: Namibia, Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya. Last one. Let me go for Ethiopia. I've not explored Ethiopia that much because I don't really use capital cities as a place to explore. But I always stay in Ethiopia. That's why. Stay in Addis Ababa. That's why. Yeah.
I'm trying to read the question. My question is, brothers, we need flights from the continent to the Caribbean.
Yeah. We're hoping to, because that's what we are hoping for. But I think I spoke to Ethiopian Airlines about it. They can only do that based on chartered flight. And I think recently Air Peace did one, but it was also a chartered flight because the route is not like people go in and come in every day.
Yeah. And that's, I think I want to add one more question to that. You know, we have our brothers and sisters, a lot of them in Caribbean and in Jamaica and in Haiti, and a lot of people, they don't know. I mean, a lot of Africans are not aware of that. Like, how can we really bring awareness about these parts of Africa that is outside, right? And you know, bring awareness to our people inside or even outside as well.
I think it's more of miseducation among ourselves. It's more of we not knowing ourselves. That is one of the reasons why creating videos about Africa and the Caribbean is very important. I think so many Caribbeans are now loving the African content because they realize that we are actually the same people. I have 2 brothers from Jamaica. They are in Ghana right now to explore Ghana, try Ghana food. They came here for just 17 days, but now they're staying for 60 days because they love it here and they feel like this place is just like the Caribbean. So what we are trying to do as a YouTube channel is like just going to the Caribbean ourselves to promote the Caribbean to Africans, so that Africans will see the Caribbean. So it's more of just getting to know ourselves, getting to learn more about ourselves, just to get to understand ourselves, because we don't have that education in school, that we have brothers and sisters living in the Caribbean and living in America. I never learned that in school. I found that when I went to China. You get me? So it's more of understanding ourselves, and this is what I want to do this year. Even somebody's talking about Brazil. I met a girl who's going to Brazil next week. I was so excited. I wish I can just jump on the plane and go with her. More of trying to connect with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and I'm just hoping that someday we'll get to understand each other, and they will get to understand that they are actually the sixth region of Africa. The north, south, east, and west, they are the sixth region, which forms Africans in the diaspora.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What steps do you think we need to take first for a One Africa? I think you kind of mentioned that.
No visas. You know, no visas. We should first of all take visas off. Or maybe you don't have to apply for visa before you go to any African country. You can just get there and get a visa on arrival. That's what's up. What do you expect from the AU summit and in general the youth of Africans? Does the AU function? I asked the question, does the AU function? Because I don't see it. I don't see the AU function. It's just a group of friends that sit at one place and chill. That's it. So I don't see, like, I'm not a big fan of AU summit or anything like that, because I feel like they're just wasting the country's money by flying to Addis Ababa to go and chill and go back to their various houses.
That's brutally honest.
I love being honest.
I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And is there anything that you think on that note? What do you think is an issue, and what do you think we have to change?
I think they should learn to know the spirit that the people who actually started this whole African Union, the spirit that they had, that spirit is dead. You know, it's dead, because if you travel within Africa, you see it. You see that there's nothing like Pan-Africanism. We don't like ourselves. We don't love ourselves. But when you talk of in your area, the Kwame Nkrumahs, the people that came together to form the AU, they loved Africa with their heart. But the people that we have now, do they love Africa with all their heart, or they are doing business, or they are just chilling? We don't have right people in power. The people who come to say, I want to be the president of this country, do they have the spirit of Pan-Africanism? See, let's say there was stuff happening in Ethiopia where a lot of people were flying their citizens from one country to another. I'm a big fan of the Zambian president, but I was so disappointed to see him saying that, oh, I just flew my people from Ethiopia to... That means the spirit of Pan-Africanism is dead. We should be able to protect our brothers despite whatever is happening. You understand? That's why I'm saying that I'm not a big fan. I don't know if you're a big fan of the AU. God bless you. It's okay. But for me, traveling in Africa, seeing the challenges, seeing all those things that we face, and you tell me that there is an organization called AU, to me, it's dead. And it will only function when they dissolve it and then bring people that deserves to be there. I mean, the spirit of the Burkina Faso president, what's his name? The one that they assassinated.
Oh, the Thomas Sankara.
You know, like when he goes to, if you watch some, I know I didn't meet him, but when I watch the videos of him being in the AU, I mean, he was promoting Africanism, telling Africans that we can do everything in Africa. I mean, the clothes that he wears to the AU summits are clothes that are made by his own people. He tells them that I'm not here for fashion or anything, but I'm here to tell Africans that it's possible. But this is a situation that now in Africa, when you wear suits, and you go to the AU meeting, that's everyone is wearing suits, and they wear suits, and then the AC is blowing and they start sleeping. And then you come and tell me that there's a summit called I mean, no. I mean, we have to be serious as a nation for once, or as a continent for once.
I think that's why you prepare a YouTuber summit.
I mean, that's why we need to have our own summit, because listen, the continent is facing a lot of problems, and they know it.
That's true.
They know it. What do you do? We have to find solution. We just don't go to a party and come back home. It's a party. They go and chill and come back. Listen, that is one of the reasons why I don't like associating myself with politicians, because I want to be frank. I'm not. You can't buy me, bro. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm here, and I'm for the people. So this is how it is, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Another question to that. We have a big problem with troops in Africa, especially Western Africa, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. And we have seen a lot of events happened recently, like killing people, you know, in Niger. And what's going on right now in Mali, Burkina Faso, all those countries. It's a huge problem. This is the question. What are you thinking about that?
I don't think I'll be the best person to talk about the France influence in Western Africa, because I don't live in these Francophone countries. But I would say that Africa is not free in general. West Africa is still not free. There are so many forces that are behind, and you can see the number of coups that are happening in the Western African countries till today, which shows you that we are not free as a continent. Because anyone who tries to liberate the continent, they kill him.
It's down.
You know, kill him. So I just want to say that let's just hope for the best. And if somebody is in here and knows the best way to answer this question, they should come and say it. But for now, you know, I really can't say a lot about France's influence in Western Africa. Yeah.
Wow. What is that one dream that you haven't achieved yet? Somebody's want to know then.
Traveling within Africa without visas.
No.
that's the only dream that I have, that I'm gonna talk till they listen to me. Or maybe even if I'm old and then you become the president of Tanzania, you remember this conversation that before Wode dies, he wants to travel to different African countries without visa. That's it.
Amen to that. How many African countries have you visited so far? I know last year you visited 8 countries, right?
10, but
10.
Five were visited and 5 new countries. So far, I think I've been to 23 African countries.
So in general, you've been in 10, like since you started to travel?
24, sorry. 24 countries. Yeah, 24 countries.
Goodness. Wow. Almost there. Have you been to Northern Africa?
Not yet, but I'm actually finishing the Southern Africa this year, and then I'll be able to visit I'll start the Northern Africa soon. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I have a lot of things to do this year, man. It's not easy, but I'm gonna start as soon as possible.
Yeah. Cheers, my brother. Cheers. In Africa, we are here behind you. Support that. So cheers, my brother. Someone is asking, thank you guys for the super chat, by the way. It means a lot. Someone, Mansa Musa, is asking, can you talk a little bit more about the year of charity?
Okay. So when I started my YouTube channel, I'm sorry, I love football, and this thing is distracting me.
Are you Ghana still there?
No, we left long time. Yeah. So the year of charity is something that I promised myself to do. I even have when I started Africa to the World, I registered the Africa to the World Foundation, which the main goal of the Africa to the World is to help solve problems in the villages. So what I did was, when I started this project, I registered the Africa to the World Foundation, but the goal was to hit 1 million. And you know what? Hitting 1 million in 2021 was not the goal, because I didn't know that I couldn't believe that I even hit 1 million in 2021. So I gave myself like 5 years journey to hit 1 million. And when I hit 1 million, I'll use my platform to raise funds to build schools, build hospitals, build clinics, build homes for people, because this is something that I've always wanted to do. So this is not something that I just wake up and decided to do it. So I set up a committee. I'm just going to do the marketing aspect. I'm just going to do the marketing aspect. There's somebody who's the committee is going to make sure that if there's a project that we need to do, they'll make sure that if it's costing $100,000 for us to do the project, we're going to do videos about it so that people will donate. I'll personally donate, like, let's say the project is $100,000. I'll donate $10,000 from my own pocket. And then then rest of the $90 we share it among the audience. And I think there are so many brands that are also coming up to support the year of charity. So there's a whole committee for the year of charity, and this is how it is. It's something that I wanted to do, and I hit 1 million now, so I need to fulfill it.
That's huge. That's huge, man. And any way maybe people that can support that? Is there any way, maybe website or
no, for now because like I said, I don't want it to have anything to do with me or my account or anything like that, because I'm not financially stable. So I have a committee. We have Doreen from Doreen One College from the United States. We also have some few mentors that I have who are going to be in charge of that project. So it's an account, it's going to be transparent. Everybody can see the money that they are giving. I don't like it when organizations take advantage of people and stuff. So everyone can see the amount of money that is raised and what is the money is used for. And when they start the project, we'll be filming. And don't forget that if you're building a school, we're going to use the community people to build their own school, and the money still go back to the community. So yeah, this is what we're doing this year. And it's not just a Ghana thing. I'm actually starting from my village, because charity begins at home. So just for me to have something to talk about. So it's going to start from my home. My village is starting this year. I'm going to go to my village and then know where we're going to start a project, know how much it's going to cost, and then we start building. And then don't forget that it's not just Ghana. So the next country depends on where I find myself, and we see what the people from that particular village need, and then we'll make it happen before I exit. Yeah,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's amazing. Well, someone is taking us a little bit back about the AU. Say AU. I mean, Maya, do you know that one economist wanted the AU to join G20? Do you think it may even help now that you say AU doesn't function?
But I don't know. Do you guys think the AU functions? I don't think so. Listen, I don't want to say some stuff, but I just think that it's just a body that is just there, that we know that, we have an African Union, but it doesn't function. So if one economist wanted the AU to join, I don't think it's gonna make sense, because it's a group of people who really don't care about their continent. So I don't know if when they join the G20, they're gonna care about their continent, or they're gonna play a major role in developing the continent. I'm being blatant, because I said, you and I knows that they don't care. There are few that are doing stuffs within their own country, but as an organization, I'm not blaming anybody, but I'm just saying that they don't care.
You don't see we don't see the actions, right? And especially for things that matters the most, they stay quiet, silent.
At this age of Africa, Africans should not live in poverty.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, you travel, you see it. If we put our resources together and say that, you know what, Nigeria, give me your resources. I have this in Ghana. Let's use it to develop our countries. You don't think we'll be able to build a better Africa? But you know, this is a situation that in Africa, people wants to give the rights for certain things to foreigners, and they come and run the economy, but they forget that these people will take the whatever they earn back to their own countries. I don't know if you understand what. So it's time to say that, okay, you know what? Let's close our borders. Let's start solving problems within ourselves.
Yes.
Because an African problem can only be solved by an African. That's
true.
You lived abroad. I lived abroad, so I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't like me. They don't like me. So if they don't like me in abroad, you think they will like you when they come back to your house?
No.
They don't. They're just being nice. They just be nice because they know what they're gonna get from. It's so hard to talk about these things because people don't understand where you're coming from and what the message you're saying and stuff. It's gonna be so hard for people to understand these things, man.
Yeah. So someone is asking that Wode Maya, Senu T, appreciate Senu, your thoughts about what's going on in Mali, and should all the 13 countries follow what Mali is doing, separating from friends and changing the national language? Wode Maya, he usually don't like talking about politics, but people, they want you to speak.
You know, whatever that is happening in Mali, is it Mali or Burkina Faso?
It's Mali right now.
Yeah, Mali is against France right now. Yeah. Have you done research to find out who is behind it?
Wow.
You know, this is the problem that we face as a continent. You know, research. When Mali is saying that we are against France, there's another powerhouse that is behind it. Who is that powerhouse? And that's what we need to look for before we start supporting. I mean, I'm so happy they're doing that because the French influence in Africa has been so long. But who are the people behind it?
And
it can never be Malians. You know, it can never be Malians. You know
why?
No, it can never be Malians, bro. Where are they gonna get the guns and the stuff from, the ammunitions from? Who is providing the ammunitions, man? You see, Africa's situation is so hard to talk about if you don't understand what is going on, and that's why I normally don't like to talk about politics and stuff. I just wanna live my life and just stay in my lane and do what I want to do and what I can do, and then just move. Yeah, because you know, Africa got a lot, that everything that the world needs. So if France is off, definitely
there's someone
Russia wants to come in, America wants to come in, this wants to come in. So who are the people behind? Next question.
All right, guys, last question for you. There's a question here I think I skipped. Somebody asked, okay, we know all these issues, then what can all Africans do to take responsibility for and to improve the AU? And I appreciate
we need to hold the AU an accountability. They need to account for everything. You know, in our countries, we don't have people who account, like we hold our leaders accountable. So they just do whatever they do. They enjoy themselves. And at the end of the day, they come to sleep and then they just come to tell us sweet things just to score political point. And as soon as they win, they're off. You don't see them again. 4 years or 5 years to vote again, and you see them coming back. So who is holding the AU accountable of whatever that is happening on the continent? No one. No transparency. Nothing. Everybody just wake up, go there. Oh, we spent $5 million to go to the AU meeting. And that's it. And we're good, and then we come back.
Yeah, you know, my brother here, there's our brother here, Biggie. We're working together. He has been talking about this for a while, and this is what he has been doing research about this AU for a while, and this is what he says. Comment: sustainable financing the AU is currently not financed in a predictable, sustainable, equitable, or accountable manner. It is heavily dependent on donor funding to run its program and operations, and this is further compounded by the fact that 40% of member states do not pay their yearly contribution to the institution.
Okay, is that a problem of the AU though?
All right, we're gonna move on to another question. Somebody asking this question. This is very personal. I think because you lived in China, maybe you can answer this. Is true China is spying on our leaders? Those are deep questions.
Next question.
All right. So, which leader in Africa can lead the spirit of one Africa by now?
Magufuli, but he's no more. And who else? I think Abe has the spirit. I see him like having that spirit, but right now he needs to work on solving the issue in his own country before we give him Africa to solve it.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. So that question that someone asked, she said that, thank you, Wode, I agree 100%. Dissolve the AG. The president of my country said AU is not for Africa. I represent West USA, Israel. Facts. That's, guys. Oh man!
Yeah,
all right.
You see this question? Mali is kicking the French out and bringing in Putin, Russia. You see what I'm telling you? If you read more about these things, you realize that who is behind it. That's why I don't like talking about these things. You just keep quiet, see whatever is happening, and then I'm just a travel content creator, so yeah.
You know, I had a conversation here with Malians. It's something that we've covered here, a couple times. And one thing that that they raised up, they said, like at this point, this is what they say, that we need a support. And if there's someone out there who is coming and agreeing on our time to work according to how we want to be worked, because we've been working with friends for so long and we've lost a lot of people died, but now we have people who they're willing to work with us, they're willing to transfer their knowledge, military power with us. Why not working with them? Because they're here for that. And whatever they're gonna do is not gonna be worse than friends. That's one of the things that they mentioned. And what would you say about that?
Come again?
Yeah, like so they're getting rid of friends, right? And at the same time they're cooperating with Russia. They see this is the better relationship, commitment, than the one that has passed. Because these people that have been here for a long time, they took advantage of us. Our people have been killed and they don't have answers for that. But we have new people who are coming here to transfer their knowledge, training our meal and all this stuff to support. What would you say about that? And pointing to that, at the same time, you have ECOWAS that is, sanctioning Mali, right? So they don't have anywhere to rely on, not in Africa, because ECOWAS is sanctioning on them, right? France, they're kicking them out, but Russia here, they're like, okay, come on, we want to work with you.
I feel like, let me just answer this question in a brief. Yes. We don't learn our history. That's why we don't even know where we're going, because an African thinks that the West can save him, or the West can solve his own problem for him, to the extent that we're changing from one country to a different country to another, but there's no difference between all of them. They're all the same. It's just that they got different formula, they got different tactics. It's more like if you watch football, it's like 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. So they have to understand that the problem within the country can only be solved by themselves. And that's what they don't know.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we are so nice as Africans. You know, we are so nice as Africans. So we embrace everything. If this one is good, if this one is bad, we embrace them. You know, that's how it is. So I'll just tell each and every one of you, like, let's just tell Africans that Africa's problem can only be solved
by Africans.
And that's it.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more, brother. A lot of people, they have this question to you. What would you say about it?
What? Which question?
The question that, why don't you join No More movement?
Like I said, I'm not a big fan of politics. That is one of the reasons why I never joined the No More movement. Because everything that was happening was more political and also more of tribalism. But all I keep on telling people is that if we can eradicate this tribalism in our countries, we will all be free as one Africa. So I mean, I see it. I just don't like it. I know, I see what is happening on the continent, but I just don't like talking about it. But trust me, the only time that I think I talked about No More was seeing the fact that there was nothing happening in Addis Ababa. There was nothing happening in Addis Ababa, but there was nothing happening in Addis Ababa, but the media kept on pushing it that, oh, something is happening in Addis Ababa, there is war in Addis Ababa, of which I think I came on board to say that nothing like this is happening in Addis Ababa. But I won't dispute the fact that there are so many things that are going on in Ethiopia, of which I think it needs an urgent attention to be solved. So I believe that the only people that can solve that problems are Ethiopians. So Ethiopians need to come together and solve Ethiopia's problem and join hands and develop the country as well. Because what Ethiopia has built in the past few days, that's why I keep on telling that Abe needs to be praised, you know, in terms of infrastructure, because I love going to Ethiopia. I've been to Ethiopia all the time, and anytime I go to Ethiopia, I see infrastructures, you know, I see things improving day in and day out. So if you guys want to destroy what you've created, then continue fighting. But if you want to, I mean, maintain it and leave it for the next generation, then come together as one and project Ethiopia to the world.
Yes, appreciate my brother. This question,
all these questions are political related. Hey, I'm not a politician, man. I just listen. I know. When it comes to this kind of questions, I really know in depth, but it can get me into trouble. You know, that's why I just like passing different places and stuff.
There are people. I've seen actually people saying, "What am I for president? Why don't you run for president?" I've seen that. I've seen those comment on your Twitter. They're like, "What am I? I think it's the time for you to take the office." Yeah. You know,
I probably in future I will just sit behind and see people like you, I mean, run for president, and we'll be here cheering you up. And if you become a president, I'm the president. I'm gonna be behind making sure that the right things are done. But I don't know if I'll personally go in front and say that I want to be president. I don't know, but let's see.
Definitely. People like you, usually they become president, because people like you is actually, when you look at all the presidents, a lot of presidents who did so well are those who even never expected to become a president. You can look at Paul Kagame, right? Those are people who they just happen to be there, but they are making impact in their countries. But those people who they always want to be president, they're the one who screws up, most of the time.
Exactly. But anyway, I just want to tell all the youth in here that you are the future leader of Africa. You are the you are the future leaders of Africa. You are the people that are going to rule the continent someday. So you better get the things right now, so that when you get the chance or get the position, you won't be corrupted than the ones that we have now. So please, Africa deserves better. And I'm hoping that the next 10 years, the next 20 years, people like you will take the mantle of running for presidency, running to be ministers, so that we get the right things done. I mean, we've been complaining about leadership in Africa for so long. The time is now. I believe this generation can change a lot of things, man.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
No one wants to get into trouble. That's the challenge.
Yeah, everybody wants to live a comfortable life. Eh? I mean,
it's not like that. But I think when you have security, you can talk about certain things. But I'm the same guy who moved from one place to another and stuff. So that is why I don't like talking about certain things for now. But the right time will come. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Right time will come.
Exactly. This question right now that I'm asking you, I want to give a little bit of context of this. This is my brother Rich Francis again. We're working together here in Swahili Nation One Africa. He has created an amazing platform that could change Africa. Not could, that will change Africa. And he's our African brother in Caribbean. He created an amazing platform that could actually transform, because one of the things that you can agree with me, we are struggling is we are still using the platform that belongs to them. So even sometimes when you talk about issues that they don't agree with you, they can censor you and all this stuff. So it's basically the time for Africa to actually come up with our own social media, come up with our own softwares that we can use without any limitation. So our brother Rich, within this 100 days of actions that we have here, he came up with an amazing idea that has been developing for a long time for software. And his question is this, that if there was a platform that can contribute to the youth taking charge and building the Africa we want, would you support it?
I've always been supportive. I've always been supporting stuff that empower the youth of Africa. All I'm asking for is that sometimes when we bring the platform, okay, this is what you want to do. What marketing are you putting in place so that the platform gets to the right people? They create the platforms, they don't market the platforms, they don't even pay to market the platform. I remember way back in China when I wanted to TikTok, when TikTok came. I was one of the people that was paid to use TikTok. Even that time I didn't have so much subscribers, but it was called Douyin. TikTok in China is called Douyin. The current TikTok that you guys are using is just an English version of TikTok that we use in China. So we need to, if you create something, the marketing should be very, very important. Market it in a way that a lot of guys are gonna come on board, have a piece of it, so that we'll use the platform the way we want to use it. But we create a platform and then we keep it in our room and expect people to search it and find it. So I think the time is now. This is a good initiative, and come on board. Let's talk, and then we take it from there.
Appreciate for that. Appreciate, my brother. There's so many questions, but I want to give you a chance, my brother, to decide. I know you're very busy. How many questions for the last you would like to answer, and then I'll go to that. Because if we don't have limit, we can go here until morning. People they have a lot of questions for you. I've never received so many.
I've been in the meetings the whole day, and I just go back for this. But anyway, how many questions do I have now?
It's a lot. I want you to decide how many do you want to answer.
I need 3 more, and I go 3 more.
Right, 3 more. Okay. Let me go, man. Guys, if I skip your question, it's just because I'm just looking at anyone that I see there, and I go ahead and ask. Where are the questions? Guys, you can comment right now. I'm kind of looking at, there's so many questions here. Any question that Wode you will see and you would like to answer. Somebody's asking here about Dr. Magufuli. You know, that's politics again, right?
Okay. Magufuli was a great guy. He was a great president. I loved him so much, and he did great things for Tanzania. Even though I know some Tanzanians did not see the vision. You know, it's always like that. You know, standing for Africans is tough, and that's what Magufuli did. I'm not saying he was perfect, but so many initiatives that he brought into Tanzania was for the people. And you know, he never left Africa since he became president.
Yeah,
he did a lot of stuff that the people of Tanzania need to appreciate it. But they didn't understand the dream. They didn't understand what he wants to achieve. And at the end of the day, I think even when he died, some people were rejoicing that he passed on. But yeah, I know that one day they will miss him. One day they will know that he was doing something that is for their own good. Because Kwame Nkrumah said, an African is capable of managing his own affairs. And that is what Magufuli was doing, that it's possible for Africans to do stuff within their own country without borrowing money from different places. And yeah, they didn't like him and they killed him. Yeah.
Sad. It's sad, my brother. I try to avoid a lot of time talking about that. Because I get emotions, man. I get emotional. I went back home, my brother. I went back home because I just moved back 3 months ago, right? I went back home and I'm going around the street. I see, like, you know, the banners, they're still there. I went to my brother-in-law. I see like the picture of him is inside. Man, I was just weeping. I've been weeping ever since. And whatever I see, if it's a video or a picture, it's just, again, I keep weeping. So it's, what I'm trying to do, the best that we are doing is to just, you know, keep that spirit going on and to try, you know, to leave the legacy, you know, what he has done. He has done a lot, and the best thing we can do is to try to leave a little bit of that, what he has done.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And who do you think will win African Cup? That's a good question.
At this stage, anyone can win. We got Egypt, Senegal just won, Cameroon and Burkina Faso. You know what? I'll be happy if Burkina Faso can win. You know why? Because their country is unstabilized right now, and knowing that if they can win, it can bring the people of the country together. That is one thing that I'm rooting for. But yeah, if Cameroon wins, host and win, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Cameroonians in here, I'm sorry. But yeah, Egypt got a very good team with Mohamed Salah, and Senegal is the tournament favorite. So let's hope and see. Anyone is a favorite to win the tournament, but I wish Burkina Faso can win, just to bring the people of the country together in this mess that they are in right now. Yeah.
All right. The final question, as you wish, but I'm gonna have my own last one to ask you. It's a favor. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? I expect a different Wode Maya, more of a philanthropist, more of you know, if I answer this question, if I'm to be honest, I don't want to tell you guys. I don't want to put out. I mean, the real 5 years. 5 years Wode Maya in here. I mean, the real one. You know what I mean? What I'm just saying right now is just for the internet. But the real Wode Maya in 5 years time. The real Wode Maya in 5 years time. You'll be shocked, though. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, hey, this boy, we thought he was joking. He was just traveling from one country to another. Look at him today, oh. That's what I want you to say. So I'm not gonna tell you now. Yeah.
Let me guess. Of course, you'll be husband and you might be a father as well.
I'm becoming a father this year, bro. I want to be father this year, man.
Whoa! Come on now. Come on now.
This is too long, man.
You're gonna see a Wode Maya Jr. very soon. My brother, my final, request. It will be an honor to answer your question. Do you have any question for me?
Of course, I have so many questions, man. But I'll just ask you one question. Do you believe that the youth of today are capable of solving Africa's problem in future?
I believe it, without a doubt. And because let's take an example of this one guy, Wode Maya.
Yeah.
When you look at the journey of Wode Maya and what he has done, the difficult thing to do is to decolonize the mind. We might change our houses look like this, and everything at the way it is, like to look good, beautiful outside, but the mind, changing the mentality, things that we believed for so long, we have been taught. And even right now in our education system, we're still using the old system. Changing that mentality is not easy. But we have seen Wode Maya, through the content that he is doing, changing people's mind, transforming the way people think about Africa, to the extent that other people living their comfortable life, whatever they're living, coming back home to Africa to start living, to believe that everything is possible, just because they have seen what Wode Maya has put on the internet. That is just one person doing that, transforming, a lot of people, thousands of people. So imagine me working on my land and do what I was called to do. Imagine almost 500 people were watching here, doing and working on what they were called to do. Reach, creating a content that I just share here, Triangle, to transform Africans, right? Man, and working together, cooperating one another, man. The change here in Africa, it's going to happen in our generation. And it's happening right now because we see it. It's possible. So we need, just to add one thing, we need unity. Like, we really need to support one another, because right now I see a lot of people doing great things, but they're doing individually, like are doing there, transforming there. But why don't we come together, building a new system that it will be the better Africa for our kids tomorrow? Like the Africa we're living right now is the Africa Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere, they fought for a long time ago. And for us, we have a duty to create a new Africa for our kids tomorrow that are gonna come.
And we're hoping that the youth of today will learn the history of Africa, so that they know where we're coming from and where we're going. I'm a typical example. I didn't know anything about African history. I didn't know anything about whatever we went through in the past. But with time, I started educating myself. So the information is there. The information is on the internet. Go read, go educate yourself about the history of Africa, so that you will know where you're going. I would say that we are the future, and it's time for us to decolonize our mindset, just like what the brother said, and know that Africa is the future. I mean, I normally say Africa is the future, but I believe that I say Africa is the future because I know you are the youth of Africa, and you are the future of Africa. So the future of Africa is in your hands, and it's time for us to take it as a responsibility. Like, it's our responsibility. I always tell the youths, or anyone who is from Africa, that be an ambassador for the continent wherever you find yourself. So I believe that in 5 years to come, we will take everything in our own hands, and we will make it happen. And I believe in that dream, man. I really believe in that dream.
I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you. And I want to appreciate you, Wode Maya, for this conversation. And since now I've become your friend, this is not going to be the last conversation I have with you.
Definitely.
Whenever
I even wanted to have I had a time, wanted to talk to my audience today since today is Sunday, but I think they are all here and they've really enjoyed their time here. So I might go to bed today because I'm super tired. But yeah, thank you so much. I had a very good conversation with you today. It started from a good note, ended very well. And this is not going to be the last time. We're definitely going to do this one more time over and over again. So yeah. Pamoja milele, man.
Your Swahili is good, my brother. I love you. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. And my regards to your fiancée, Miss Trudy, and your family. Appreciate it
so much. I love you all in here. Thank you so much for joining. I love and I appreciate you. Keep on supporting Wode Maya. Keep on supporting this brother, Swahili Nation. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to Swahili Nation. Click on the subscribe button. It doesn't charge you $1 to subscribe. It's free to support ourselves as Africans, and the time is now for us to support ourselves now. Yeah, but if you are here and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel too, don't forget that we're getting 2 million. We need to reach 2 million this year. So please go to the YouTube channel and go and subscribe. Thank you so much. And I love you all. And I think I will be having a live stream on my channel in 1 hour time. So if you are here, I just want to have a conversation with my audience today. So I'll get back to you on Pamoja milele.
Pamoja milele. Appreciate my brother.
You too.
All right. Talk to you later.